Please join me again in congratulating Morgan Coleman. Owen A. Dasher. Please join me again in congratulating Owen Dasher. Noah Flynn Flaherty. Please join me again in congratulating Noah Flynn Flaherty. Mia G. Frazier, graduating summa cum laude and with college honors, upper division honors distinction, and thesis honors from the Ogden Honors College. Thesis title, Major Nurdle Spills underscore the need for a legal framework to prevent future discharges in the state of Louisiana, USA. Major Professor, Dr. Mark Benfield. Please join me in congratulating Mia Frazier. And please join me again in giving Mia Frazier another round of applause. Emma Ralston Glasgow. Please join me again in congratulating Emma Glasgow. Umi Catherine Herman, graduating cum laude. Please join me again in congratulating Umi Herman. Marcy Jones. Please join me again in congratulating Marcy Jones. Olivia La Rochelle, graduating summa cum laude. Please join me in congratulating Olivia La Rochelle. Jaden Mackenzie Morgan. Please join me again in congratulating Jaden Morgan. Emma Piers Felix, graduating summa cum laude. Please join me again in congratulating Emma Piers Felix. Abby Roche. Please join me again in congratulating Abby Roche. Lucas William Rote. Please join me again in congratulating Lucas Rote. Sarah Jane Underwood. Please join me again in congratulating Sarah Underwood. Colin Thomas Williams. Please join me in congratulating Colin Williams. Dr. Wilson would like to say a few words regarding the graduates.
Well, first, just want to say congratulations again to our 19 new graduates for this Coastal Environmental Science. These 19 new alumni now bring our total up to 306 alumni for the program. So in my little over 13 years for this program, I have seen over 300 people graduate. I can tell you, you've joined an astounding group from this degree program. I want to note that this is not an easy degree, and it's a rather rigorous curriculum that provides students with a very solid platform in math and sciences, from which both to enable numerous career options as well as to spearhead their future successes. I also want to comment that I'm exceedingly impressed and amazed by our graduates from this program, and especially with today. 5 with Latin honors, 3 with medals for LSU with distinguished researchers, and you heard the honors as they went by. One other comment, out of 19 graduates, the average GPA of this group was 3.425. Rather astounding. Today's graduates, you should take enormous pride in your accomplishments. I can tell you we in the College of the Coast and Environment are very proud of each one of you. Over the years, the success of our graduates have been nothing short of amazing. It's one of the bragging rights that I've enjoyed for this program over the years. Basically, they've gone on to, well, obviously graduate programs, masters, PhDs, medical school, veterinary school, law school, and public health. I could go on, but I get in trouble every time I start talking about our students, and they won't let me talk about each one of you anymore. Something about having 19 of you. Anyway, the majority, though, of our graduates have gone on to careers right out of their bachelor's degree. And these are in positions from federal, state agencies, industry, oil and gas, power and electric. Basically, it's across the board. I can go through a large list. What always got to me is that many of them start with salaries that make mine look paltry. I'm hoping the dean heard that. The major point I want to make in this is that our new graduates have a very solid background, and this basically the academic proportion, the research training they've got, provides them with the ability to carry out work in many fields that are very valuable important to society, and these basically work to solve our today's problems, environmental problems especially. But after working over the years with these individuals, I can tell you that I have no doubt that they will be highly successful and achieve great things in their future successes. There is one other component, though, that responsibility that each of you still have. Stay in touch. You're still part of the family. I'm sorry, you don't get to escape that easily. But honestly, we keep track of our alumni. All 306, that includes you 19. So don't just disappear. Let us know where you are, what your new career is. Even if many years go by, please stay in touch. Let us know. With that culmination of 4 years of academic torture, let's give our 19 new graduates a round of applause.
We now continue with the presentation of the diplomas to the graduates receiving a Master of Science in the Department of Environmental Sciences. I would like to ask Dr. Brian Snyder to come up. He will present you with your diplomas, and Dean Wilson will present you with a special gift from the College of the Coast and Environment. As I call your name, please come forward. Ethan Elliser, Major Advisor, Dr. Rebecca de Jesus Crespo. Title of paper, Effective Regulations to Improve Hypoxia Task Force Strategies and the Gulf of Mexico. Please join me in congratulating Ethan Elliser. And let's give Ethan Elliser another round of applause. Christopher James Mayfield, Major Professor, Dr. Denise Delorme. Title of paper, Green Youth, Motivators for Environmental Sustainability among environmental student members. Please join me in congratulating Christopher Mayfield. And another round of applause for Christopher Mayfield. Alyssa Sharbaugh, Major Professor, Dr. Edward Laws. Thesis title, Interactive Effects of CO2, Temperature, and Nitrate Limitation on the Growth and Physiology of Marine Cyanobacterium Synechoccus species CCMP 1334. Please join me in congratulating Alyssa Sharbaugh. And let's congratulate Alyssa Sharbaugh one more time. Jessica Roberta Stevens, Major Professor, Dr. Kevin Armbrust. Thesis title, Examination of the Effects of Ultraviolet Radiation on the Toxicity of an Array of Pesticides, Polyaromatic Hydrocarbons, and Pharmaceuticals via in vitro bioassays. Please join me in congratulating Jessica Stevens. And one more round of applause for Jessica Stevens. Lucy Tang, Major Advisor, Dr. Brian Snyder. Title of paper, Effective Workplace Program Implementation that Protects Workers' Health and Prevents Environmental Disasters. Please join me in congratulating Lucy Tang. And one more round of applause for Lucy Tang. We will continue with the presentation of the diplomas for the graduates receiving a Master of Science in the Department of Oceanography and Coastal Sciences. I would like to ask Dr. Kanchan Maiti to come forward. He will present you with your diplomas, and Dean Wilson will present you with a special gift from the College of the Coast and Environment. As I call your name, please come forward. Kirsten Boswell, Major Professor, Dr. Giulio Mariotti. Thesis title, Losing Barataria, Investigating Marsh Erosion Drivers via a Basin-Wide Field Survey. Please join me in congratulating Kirsten Boswell. And another round of applause for Kirsten Boswell. Jacob Cheng, Major Professor, Dr. John White. Thesis title, The Impacts of Nature-Based Sediment Restoration Practices on Coastal Wetland Soil Biogeochemistry. Please join me in congratulating Jacob Cheng. And one more round of applause for Jacob Cheng. Megan Elise Johnson, Major Professor, Dr. Cassandra Glaspie. Thesis title, Spatial Mapping of the Benthic Community and How It Is Used to Research Effects of Dredging in Louisiana's Lake Borgne. Please join me in congratulating Megan Johnson. One more round of applause for Megan Johnson. Natalie Mathern, Major Professor, Dr. Tracy Quirk. Thesis title, investigating drivers of high wetland loss rates in brackish marshes of the Mississippi River Delta. Please join me in congratulating Natalie Mathern. And one more round of applause for Natalie Mathern. Denise M. Paveda, Major Professor, Dr. Robert Twilley. Thesis title, Quantification of Below-Ground Biomass and Sediment Accretion in Mangroves of Different Coastal Environmental Settings of the Costa Rican Pacific Coast. Please join me in congratulating Denise Paveda. And one more round of applause for Denise Paveda. Marcus Cameron Watkins, Major Professor, Dr. Paul Miller. Thesis title, Anticipating the Impact of the Saharan Air Layer on the Puerto Rican Early Rainfall Season. Please join me in congratulating Marcus Watkins. One more round of applause for Marcus Watkins. We will now bestow the Doctor of Philosophy degrees. In a doctoral student's studies, the role of mentors is particularly strong. The student's major professor, assisted by other members of the faculty, closely guides the student's research and writing. The doctoral hood is a symbol of the student's accomplishment and full membership in the fellowship of academia. The doctoral students who cross the stage today are accompanied by his or her mentor, usually his or her major professor. This person will assist in the hooding of his or her student with the doctoral hood. For the PhD graduates in the Department of Environmental Sciences, Dr. Snyder will present you with your diploma, and Dean Wilson will present you with a gift from the College of the Coast and Environment. As I call your name, please come forward to be hooded. Viet Dao, Major Professor, Dr. Crystal Johnson. Dissertation title, Prescribed Fire Effects on Microbial Communities and Functions in Managed Ecosystems. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Viet Dao. One more round of applause for Dr. Viet Dao. Kejin Wong, Major Professor, Dr. Nina Lam. Dissertation title, Effects of Social Media Use Disparities on Community Resilience to Disasters. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Kevin Wong. One more round of applause for Dr. Kejin Wong. For the PhD graduates in the Department of Oceanography and Coastal Sciences, Dr. Mighty will present you with your diploma, and Dean Wilson will present you with the gift from the College of the Coast and Environment. As I call your name, please come forward to be hooded. Patrick Owen Clower, Major Professor, Dr. Kanchan Maiti. Dissertation title, Carbon Cycling Across Land-Ocean Continuum Under Accelerated Climate Changes. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Patrick Clower. One more round of applause for Dr. Patrick Clower. Ashley Rawson, Major Professor, Dr. Daniel Holstein. Dissertation title, Addition and Subtraction, Coral Reproduction and Disease in a Changing Ocean. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Ashley Rawson. One more round of applause for Dr. Ashley Rawson. Jillian C. Tepitza, Major Professor, Dr. Cassandra Glaspie. Dissertation title, Benthic Community Response to the Impacts of Proposed Sediment Diversions in Louisiana Estuaries. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Jillian Tepitza. One more round of applause for Dr. Jillian Tepitza. Dr. Brian Snyder would like to say a few words regarding the graduates from the Department of Environmental Sciences.
Good morning, everybody. It is my distinct honor to say a few words about all of our graduates, all of our master's and PhD graduates in the Department of Environmental Sciences. So let's start with Viet. Viet Dow was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and pursued all of his higher education here at LSU. He was awarded 2 BS degrees in biochemistry and in coastal environmental sciences and research back in 2018. He continued his scientific research in the environmental science PhD program through to its completion today. So in total, he's been here about 11 years, which is longer than some of our faculty, longer than many of our faculty. Along the way, he acquired a deep interest in statistics that helped motivate him to pursue the Masters of Applied Statistics, which he completed in 2023. And he intends to take his passions for statistical data science and research into government, where he can focus on modeling and telling stories with data. So congratulations, Viet. Ethan Elser was born and raised in Evansville, Indiana. And after graduating from the University of Southern Indiana in 2019 with a BS in biochemistry, he was offered a new role as a biochemist for the Evansville Water and Sewer Utility following a successful internship there. Specializing in wastewater operations, he provided technical instruction during 2 $40+ million expansion projects, and then joined LSU's online MS in March of 2022. As of April, Ethan now works as the water quality manager in charge of drinking water compliance for Evansville Water and Sewer Utility, and he even started his own consulting company, Safe Water LLC, back in July of 2022. So congratulations to Ethan. And then Christopher James Mayfield was born and raised in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. I hope I got that correct. Good. He got a BA in communications with a concentration in public relations and a minor in environmental studies from Cameron University. He started at LSU back in the fall of 2019, but moved back to Tulsa at the start of COVID, and then served as an AmeriCorps program officer in City Year. When he returned to complete his master's in environmental science, he accepted a position as a science teacher with EBR Parish School System. And he has received commendations from both AmeriCorps and EBR as Service Leader of the Year, Team of the Year, Outstanding Science Teacher, and New Teacher for the entire district. Following graduation, Christopher will become the newest staff member at the Eva Lagarde Center for Coastal Environmental Studies, which is a 6 to high school school down the road. And he seeks, his ultimate objective is to found a nonprofit dedicated to empowering youth in underserved communities with environmental outreach, communication, and education using field trips, in-school workshops, and immersive learning strategies. So congratulations, Christopher. And then Alyssa Charbal was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She received a bachelor's degree in coastal environmental sciences from our program here in 2021. That fall, she began her master's at LSU with a focus in biophysical systems. And while completing her coursework, she also worked as a graduate assistant in a marine microbiology lab. After graduation, she looks forward to working in environmental sciences with the goal of becoming an environmental consultant. Congratulations, Alyssa. And then Jessica Stevens is from Newfoundland, Canada. She received her bachelor's degree from Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador in marine biology in 2012, continued her education at the College of North Atlantic with the Environmental Engineering Technology Diploma in 2015, and then spent the next 4 years working in the oil and gas field as an environmental monitoring technician. Her interest in environmental science continued to grow, which led her to the pursuit of higher education and the completion of her master's degree here. And she will begin the PhD program in the environmental sciences in the fall. So congratulations to Jessica. And then we've got Lucy Tang, all the way from New York City. She came down to commencement. She was born in New York and was mostly raised in Brooklyn. With heritage and familial ties to the US Pacific coast, she had a desire to study environmental sciences since the coastal regions she knew or called home were being badly affected by climate change. She started her journey by majoring in environmental sciences at Brooklyn Technical High School and took a detour into chemistry with a focus on biochemistry as an undergrad at City College of New York. She returned her attention back to environmental sciences as a graduate student here at LSU in order to learn from dedicated educators who shared their regional, national, and global environmental knowledge. I didn't put her up to saying that. Armed with a thorough understanding from major coastal regions, Lucy continues on the path to provide better planning and solutions in the field of environmental health and safety. So congratulations to Lucy. And then finally, Keijin Wang. Keijin Wang was born and grew up in Inner Mongolia of China. Following his graduation from high school in 2013, he started his college education at China University of Geosciences in Wuhan, where he majored in land resource management using GIS and remote sensing. Keijin graduated and received his bachelor's degree in July of 2017, and then enrolled in LSU to continue his academic pursuits. He worked as a graduate assistant for Dr. Nina Lam, assisting in research projects and management, and graduated in the spring of 2019 with an MS in environmental sciences. He then enrolled in the PhD program, and from which he graduated today. In the last 5 years, he's worked as a research assistant for Dr. Lam on several NSF-funded projects. He's also served as a teaching assistant for undergraduate and graduate level courses, and has even taught Introduction to Environmental Sciences as a sole instructor. So congratulations to Keijin and to all of our students from Environmental Sciences.
Dr. Kanchan Maiti would like to say a few words regarding the graduates from the Department of Oceanography and Coastal Sciences.
Good morning and congratulations. We're so proud of you. Congratulations on the path you have taken to reach where you are today. Your hard work and perseverance, your enthusiasm and dedication, you're ready to graduate and take on the world as LSU Tigers. Designated as a land, sea, and space grant institution, one of our LSU's mission and our department's mission is to develop students who are prepared, confident, and inspired to achieve lifelong success. These students are you, except in a little while, you will no longer be students, but graduates of this flagship university who will carry on LSU's legacy to the world outside. I wish you the very best in your life. You are forever LSU. We're very proud of you. Congratulations to all of you.
Okay, well, this concludes today's ceremony. Graduates, you are now LSU alumni, and I hope that you keep a lifelong connection to this great university and this college. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff of our college, let me reiterate how proud we are of you and your achievements. We wish you every success in the future. So I think there are two things, and again, we're just about finished, okay? Two things. Graduates, once we finish the ceremony, please stay in that spot. They want to get a group photo of all the graduates, okay? So the photographer will come out and give you instructions. And then also everyone is invited to go downstairs in the first floor for celebratory reception with coffee and donuts. So that's all, and thank you, and go Tigers. Go ahead, please. We'll break protocol.